The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time. I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate
You know what?
talk.
Just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STEM radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, you a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is, but if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
Alright, you sons of fucking bitches. Welcome to the shit that fucking cocksucking irks me.
Why does it always have to be cock-sucking? Why can't it be pussy-licking?
Well, but pussy licking doesn't make you mad. Cocksucking does.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, God, I walked into that one.
Why wouldn't it make you mad? If you want your dick sucked, you don't want your pussy licked.
Yeah, but having to suck cock would piss you off. So that's why
if you're a
cocksucking.
guy,
Are
if you're
you
a
talking
girl.
from experience?
Well, I've never had to suck cock.
Damn, she
But-
got you good.
That's what I thought. Maybe he already knew, so he was talking from experience.
I'm just saying, having to suck cock doesn't sound like it would be fun. That's all.
According to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nothing I'd want to do, so, but maybe. Well. Anyway, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm Jane McGuire.
I'm Cockatiel.
And I'd be Jerkman, never sucked a dick either.
Oh, there you go. So there it is. You, Cockatiel and Jane will have to tell us how it was.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, we have our secrets.
I was going to say, that's funny. Neither one of them said, I don't do that.
That's true.
We have to remain women of mystery.
That's true.
That's right.
Okay. Well, one of the reasons I brought you on here, Jane, is, and I think Cockatiel has the same problem I do, which is kind of funny, because we're supposedly the disabled ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, here it is, I'm blind. Cockatiel has her health stuff going on. But yet, a lot of people come to us like they lean on us. You know what I'm saying? Like they rely on us for shit. So I wonder why that is. What you might be picking up from both of us. Or?
There's a couple of different theories about that in not just in the intuitive world, but here on this earth plane. And one of them is compassionate people tend to attract a lot of needy people. Right, we tend to, and especially with the kind of show you do, where you allow people to vent and talk about what's really bugging them.
Right.
So what happens there is that people get attracted to that, and in my world, we call some of them psychic vampires, energy vampires.
Yes.
They drain your energy. You might even feel physically tired after this. And there's again a few things going on. Some of them tend to want to cling. They want to have somebody else solve their problems. But one of the characteristics is that they create the same problem over and over again. And you've given them advice 50,000 times, and they won't listen.
Well, it's not just the advice, but I mean, even like with money. For instance, I had one friend who I haven't heard from in several weeks text me on Saturday, hey, man, you hanging tonight? By the way, can I borrow some money? You know?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, then you've got idiots. you know.
Hey,
Yeah, they're in a different class all their own.
But we both get hit up. You know, we were talking about that at dinner.
And I've been hit up, and you know, I've been scammed, and you know, I never did come on the radio and talk about that, but I've been scammed as well. But what it comes down to is that needy people get attracted to people that are confident, because the universe is trying to remind you that you've got some needs or some pent up emotions that need to be looked at. And the point of view where a lot of what we have now in the world is, you know, we don't want to be around needy people, right?
Yeah, right.
But the fact of the matter is, we all have needs.
Okay.
We do. We all have needs, and I was raised in a good Irish Catholic home. You're not supposed to be needy, yada yada yada, and you should be ashamed of those things. But what it comes down to is that when you're working from a level of shame or guilt, you have to work through those two emotions first and realize that they're what I call false emotions. So if you let go of the shame and the guilt and realize, yeah, I do have a need. I have a need for a relationship. I have a need for, you know,
tell you no.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing too. But what happens is, when somebody's attracting really needy people, the needy people themselves need to look at what is going on in their life. And like you said, we all have problems, and sometimes needy people need to realize, or all of us should realize, is that we all have issues. So, nobody's perfect, and so.
Oh no, Max is perfect.
I am.
See,
No.
told you.
I'm
Hi,
totally
Jesus.
perfect.
Nice to meet you, Jesus.
How you doing? Wait a minute. Jesus wasn't bald, was he?
No, he's perfect. No, but the point is that they represent a side that needs to be shown to us, that we need to look at, that inner child that may feel suppressed or repressed in a manner, or one way or another.
So what you're saying is the universe is sending those people to us to give us a message that, hey, you know, this person is, you know, you got something that needs tended to?
Yeah, pretty much. You've got your own stuff that you need to tend to. And so...
No, but a lot of times it ends up being that it could be either financially or emotionally accountability for their actions.
Absolutely.
So it's a continuous vicious circle that happens, that when you get people into your life that constantly are emotionally draining or financially draining or physically draining sometimes, that it's just that there's like, what lesson is there to be learned in this vicious circle where it's detrimental to the person that they're, as you'd say, the psychic vampires that are sucking the financial, the emotional, physical out of there.
Talk about sucking the cocks.
And when, well, that's enabling. And when you want to stop enabling, because what you're doing is you're not allowing that person to learn their lesson, to learn their life lesson. You're actually stopping them from learning it. And it is about accountability. And when I've had that with some people that are not now friends, I've stopped answering their calls. I have said, you know, you're a grown woman, man, or whatever. I'm sure you have got enough common sense to figure it out. You're not taking the advice that I'm giving you when I was dealing with this.
But how do you address the ones that are women but were once men, or men that are once women?
You mean Bruce Jenner?
Yeah, any of them. I mean, how do you address those guys?
He has boobs now.
You do the Bruce Jenner thing. You marry Kris Kardashian, have 2 kids, and then change your sex.
And then you run around trying to keep your boobs in your bra.
You got enough money to do whatever you want.
Right. So what was that?
How do you address those kind of people?
I
mean, not that they're those kind of people, but you know what I mean.
The ones
transsexuals.
Yeah, the ones that will come up and say to you stuff like, well, you know, this is what I truly am, when you really know they're not, you know, and there is something there, obviously, that's not firing right or something.
Yeah.
You know, so for that, I mean, how do you address something like that? I mean, do you, like we've talked about before, you know, if someone comes up to me like that and I know they're a man, I have a hard time calling them a female. I really do. I mean,
it's about balancing the feminine and the masculine.
And how do they balance that out when they think that one or the other? You know, they say, "Well, I was born a woman." No, you've got a dick. Sorry. You're a fucking man.
It's amazing how it always gets back to this, isn't it?
Well, I just thought it was funny. Like, wow, this is an interesting turn in the conversation.
So let's redirect the conversation. So what happens is, when you've got somebody that's constantly needy and wanting your attention and all that, that's also about you establishing boundaries. And saying, you know, I can't help you with this guy. I've got to pay. In your case, you've got to pay bills.
Right.
You've got to deal with regular life stuff.
Well, and that was what I did actually. Like you said, you don't enable them, you don't respond back.
Right.
Like for instance, with this guy, I just didn't respond back.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything else. You know, he left it alone. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's just a thing of, you know, he was like, oh fuck, maybe I need to be a man here,
and or maybe he's stepping back and sitting there going, well, maybe if I come at you in a different way and I say, you know, let's go out to do this, let's go do that, and then develops that friendship. Great, but if he's not developing that friendship,
Well, developing a friendship
shifting,
can do a lot of different ways. I mean,
Right.
you can do it by, you know, just spending time with somebody. You could do
Right.
it by even just conversating. You know, just some people become good friends over like even emails or pen paling things.
or even Facebook.
Yeah, or like taking somebody to Red
Experience
Lobster,
project.
you know, stuff like that.
Exactly.
You knew it was coming.
I was going to say experience project. You say Red Lobster.
So, but what it comes down to though
I
is
wonder what you're thinking.
is no is a complete sentence.
Yeah. True.
And people, you know, we're in this shift. We're in this huge consciousness shift right now. And part of this is moving into compassion and helping people. But it's also okay to step back and say, I have to take care of myself. I have to figure out what's working for me.
So you taking time for yourself, saying, wait a minute, I can't just stop and give this
Right.
person what they need or want.
Yeah.
You know, I had two situations this weekend where one was a money related and the other was somebody needed help. That was the Steve story I told you, Jerkman.
Oh yeah, you got to tell me off the air how that went.
There's more to, that's right. Cause there is more to it.
Yeah.
But that was interesting too, because, he wanted me to get him a sandwich too. He was like, hey man, since I'm coming over and you guys are out eating, you mind grabbing me a sandwich?
So he didn't have money to get his own food?
Oh, no, he did. He paid me back and everything, but he
Okay.
wanted us to grab him a sandwich
While you're out.
along with grabbing his groceries, yes.
Grab his groceries too.
Oh, yeah,
Groceries?
He wanted us to get him groceries.
Like
Yeah.
full-fledged groceries, not like, hey, I'm out of milk and bread. And
Well, he
Or
wanted
while
two,
you're there, just grab me and pick it up if you can.
he wanted
Right.
two things. He wanted eggs and he wanted beer. So
Eggs and beer?
Yeah, he makes a weird souffle.
I bet.
So-
Drunk chicken's there.
So I said, fine, I'll get those for you, whatever, you know. But I think his whole reason for wanting to come over wasn't just because he wanted to come over and hang out with the guys. You know, I think he wanted to come over and, and get groceries because
Yeah.
he didn't have anyone to take him to the store.
Yeah, and I've had people like that in my life where I have, you know, gone above and beyond, and there has not been that wonderful energy exchange, or there's been a lot of complaining, and this is again part of that paradigm shift. You know, we're in the 21st century. Complaining doesn't solve your problems. Is it a good thing to air it out?
Shit, I gotta stop doing that then.
No,
Yeah,
it can be a good
damn.
thing to air it out with people that can come across with you with a different way.
Just to get the feeling out or
Just to
something.
get the
right, yeah.
feeling
Oh,
out,
you
just
gotta
to get
get
a
it off
different
your chest.
perspective on it, and say, okay, well, how is like you did? You wanted to know why this was going on. So what did you do? You reached out
Yeah.
to get answers,
True.
to get a different perspective, and I think that's important for people to do, is to get a different perspective, and to figure out what the spiritual perspective is, to figure out how is this pattern set, usually in childhood. And how can I break that pattern in a healthy manner?
Yeah, because it seems like it's kind of reoccurring with me.
Right.
Like I notice those people tend to gravitate towards me. And
But you're also a radio personality too.
Right. I mean, there's a little bit more to it than just being a regular.
yeah, but I wasn't
average
always
Joe.
a radio
But
personality.
it always seems like that these people who always come around are always in like financial crisis.
Well, that's
Because
everybody
you cannot
nowadays.
create abundance from fear. It just doesn't work that way. You have to create abundance from manifesting it and speaking positively. If they're speaking negatively and in that low vibration of fear and anger and lack, they're going to have financial issues.
Well, like I said though, Cockatiel gets it too.
Yeah, well,
You know, it's
and we're not the only.
not
You're not
just
the
me.
only
Well,
people in the world that get it.
Yeah,
I can
I know
guarantee you.
we're not floating in this boat
Right.
alone.
No, and I guarantee you
It's
that all
just
these
that-
listeners tonight are sitting here nodding their head, going,
Right.
"Nah, I can relate."
I'm an automatic
Yeah.
magnet when I go to any store I go to. If there's somebody there homeless or begging for money, there could be a parking lot full of people. They zone exactly in on me
because you
right
make
away.
eye contact.
Yeah,
Well,
I
not,
get
not
that. I
even
get
that. I mean, no, there's not even that. There's a lot of times
Yeah.
I'll see them from a distance. They haven't seen me yet, and I know what they're up to. And I'll just stand and I'll look the opposite way, and I sense them coming. And I'll say, "They're coming, aren't they?"
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Who?" I said, "This." And I just, yep, I knew it.
Yeah.
It must
Here
be
they
your-
are.
It's probably your aura.
They
must be my aura.
They can feel it. They can sense it.
That
and
I'm probably a
yeah,
guy that would be
sure.
giving, so they
Sure.
gravitate towards that. So when you do this, though, I mean, there's got to be a point in time when you talk to people and not all of it is psychic. You can just kind of tell
Right.
with some people.
Oh, I definitely
and kind of
recognize
read
patterns, yeah.
patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got one for you, question. Since
Sure.
he reached out and you're here, I'm going to reach out.
Okay.
What would you think of two men that would go to a store and get you something like this? now, here, you got to read this.
Oh my God!
Now, what would you think?
Show it to everybody.
If there was two men that did this.
Two men that sent this to me says
Yeah.
birthdays don't have to be so intense.
Yeah.
All right, all you women, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Okay, see this?
Yeah.
All right.
He's hot.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Oh God! I'm not opening that in front of the camera.
Now, what would you think? Now, read the other part of it now, though.
Oh, I have to read it. Oh.
What would you think of,
Loosen up and have some fun.
now, what would you think of two
I
men
would think they would
that
be
would go to
wanting
a
something, right?
Yeah, two men that
Yeah.
would go to a store and pick that up.
And so who did you guys give it to?
Jerkman.
Me.
For his birthday.
But see, I wouldn't expect
Is that your
anything.
birthday card?
Yeah,
Last week.
she wants to see
Oh
it.
my
But I
God.
would not
There's a
expect
dick in there.
anything.
Smack that
Why would
bald
you
head of
expect
yours.
anything different from him?
I know.
That's what I got him
Right?
for his birthday.
Right? So the other part of this is that when people are attracted, the other part of attracting needy people is people
I'm
get
kind of afraid.
attracted.
Did you guys go to an erotic store or something?
Yeah,
No,
right
that
to
was
the
a
adult
Target.
boutique.
That's what I'm saying. Two grown men. Now picture this: two grown men. Now, obviously, walking in there, Max had to have his hand somewhere on G Motors. So now they're both going in there and they're hitting the gay section.
Here's the problem.
Well,
G Motors is the one that was able to read this and see
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
check
no,
it out.
But you know what?
That's the
Actually,
one should be
I will say,
questionable.
I will say this in G Motor's defense.
Uh-huh.
You know, because he was like, I don't know what we're looking for. I was like, well, here, let's go up here and ask. So we asked the girl again. Shout out to Heather because we told her what we're doing.
Hi, Heather. Thank you for the dick pic.
We said we want to play a joke on a buddy of ours, and it's his birthday tonight, and we want to get him. You know, we're always making gay jokes and shit.
Oh, so
she
I
goes.
understand it.
Okay.
You're supposed to get laid.
So then here she
Yeah, I
comes.
think.
And, well, he's not got no problem doing that, from
Not
what
at
I
all.
understand.
All right,
So-
TMI.
So,
I don't
so she
wanna-
comes from behind the desk and takes us over there, and she's like, "What about this?" And she showed us the coxicle, and we are like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, I got a cock popsicle too,
Okay.
or whatever Fruit Loopy thing. And
So,
actually,
so what I would think is that the man that gave that to you is obviously not getting his needs met.
oh wait a minute. Can you repeat that for me one more time?
That the man that gave that to you is not getting his needs
Yeah,
met.
G Motor, you're right. G Motor
Oh,
is
you're
not.
blushing! You're blushing top half and bottom half.
Gee,
Look at that, everybody. He's blushing.
G Motor, you know, G Motors does need to get his needs met. I understand
yeah,
that.
yeah. Then- But G Motors isn't here, and
See,
you're
Motors?
blushing.
Oh, Motors is listening. He threw you under the bus, Motors.
Do you have the camera on? Is the camera on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, so yeah, good. All right. So, but yeah, you're not getting your needs met.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that is evident. That's probably evident. You'd say sexual needs, right?
Yeah, you're handing that card to GJ Jerkman. I mean, look at his nickname.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Oh my God,
Wait
there
a
could be
minute.
another innuendo in that one too, huh?
Oh, my head's much bigger than that.
Oh shit.
Well-deserved kick in the ass with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fake that you're fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a
It's the shit that hurts me. When I see sincere. It's the shit that hurts me. It's the shit that hurts me. Jimmy Black.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul.
I loved you were my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like. Hip-hop bangers like.
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETORES TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
We think it's the banning of
We
speech.
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
STIM radio. STIM radio.
Oh, yes.
You know what pisses me off?
It's that demon that wants us to do old shit.
You know, it's kind of fucked up because I've been having, retrograde's over.
Retrograde's over, but we're in another planetary line.
I was going to say because
Yeah.
all day, my cords went out. Everything I've been doing has been screwing
Yeah.
up, but computers weren't working right. I had to
Right.
bring the old ones. It's like just
And
everything's
we're-
insane.
and we're also just coming out of a really powerful full moon too. This particular full moon was about attention to detail and really truly letting go of the old crap that we were supposed to let go of at the end of last year.
Yeah, but it's almost like it's force feeding you that old crap. Like, no, you know you want to be there.
But that goes back to what we were initially talking about, recreating these situations. So there's another perspective to needy people, and what that is that they are attracted to relationships where the other person is unavailable. And they're unavailable either geographically or emotionally or however it works out. And what happens is that they try to become this other person in that relationship, which causes challenges for them. They're not being their true authentic self and really working the issues that they need to work. So they create these relationships, and you see it all the time, that are unhealthy. And they don't look at the person that they're dating or in a relationship with as somebody that they actually are. They're looking at them as an idealized version of what's going on. So they're creating all these obstacles for themselves.
Wait, back that up again.
Okay.
This is interesting.
So when one person is needy, they're also coming from a point of one of the behaviors that keeps repeating is that they are attracting people or relationships that are unavailable. They're unavailable emotionally, or they're unavailable in other ways. And because again, they're coming from a place where they're not dealing with their inner child, and they're stuffing their emotions. And they're not. So they're reaching out to get the approval of somebody that's never going to give it to them.
So why would you do that though?
Well, because abuse would create that. Being abused in childhood would create that because, we want to be approved by our parents,
Well,
right?
what if you're what if you're into somebody who's just not available geographically or whatever? I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say, I've done that myself.
Right.
Actually.
Right.
We know.
Right. And so it's just a matter of looking at what it is that attracted you to her. Because I remember when you went through that.
Defeat.
It devastated
Defeat,
you.
always defeat.
Oh, see,
I'm messing with you.
No, but it did. But
He's
it did.
getting
It did because we were at the old station. That devastated you.
No, actually, this was here.
Oh, I remember the one from years ago.
She's talking about
She's talking something different.
Colorado.
Oh, that's Old Sandwich. That's
Right.
yeah.
No, Michelle. Now we don't call her Koala. Remember, she lost that.
Yeah, she didn't get her name now.
Yeah.
So
So what that is
Well-
you have to look at her for what she was, and you finally did do that.
oh, that was the story there. That's,
You finally did look at her for what she was, and then things started to.
No, I'm talking about Tootsie Toes here.
She doesn't know about Tootsie Toes.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
she
think.
does. Oh
You know
yeah.
about Tootsie?
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
the-
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So she's unavailable.
Yeah, well, just not here, not I'm saying.
I think he likes it unavailable
But
though.
she's
It makes
right.
it
But
safe
see,
for
but
him.
well, exactly. It's
Mhm.
safe. It's something that he doesn't have to completely commit to.
She's
right?
not gonna move in and bring fluffy
she's
bunnies.
She's from your description in the past. She's a busy woman.
Yeah.
And so it's
She's got a lot of tootsie toe walking to
right.
do.
But the thing is, there's got to be in relationships that give and take.
See, but I kind of like people to be busy, though. I don't want somebody just up my ass all the time.
No, I agree with you there. I want somebody that's going to be busy and got that stuff going on too.
I don't want somebody calling me every 5
Weird
minutes.
you even say that you don't want somebody up your ass all the time, yet you go to the Red
Red
Lobster.
Lobster. I knew that was coming.
But what it's about is really looking at what emotions you have pent up, what needs you need to have met.
So wait, now, with all the, on the one hand here, me attracting the needy people, you were saying earlier, it's something that hasn't been met for me.
Right.
And then also now you're saying me going for people that are unavailable kind of makes me a needy person myself.
Well, it's what the universe is trying to do is to get you focused back on your internal stuff. So if you're suppressing your needs, that's a form of keeping your emotions farther down. And in your body, they get stored in different places. The liver stores anger, kidney stores anger. Your immune system, believe it or not, stores anger in your solar plexus
Can your
chakra.
penis store anger?
Oh, it can't.
Well,
Can you
of
have an angry
course.
penis?
That's why there's that kind of cancer.
Mine shoots.
Absolutely.
Mine shoots
Testicular
every
cancer.
night. There's nothing that's stored in that penis because everything it's all getting
Oh,
shot
see,
out.
women, he shoots blanks.
That is true.
It is true. See,
That's true. Would you
got
like
that
to?
fixed.
I mean, I'll give you a sample if you want.
God, no, thank you.
Oh, wow.
No.
I wouldn't take that, Jiggles.
Ambulance. It's ambulance.
Right on. So, yeah, interesting. So this might be a little needy side of myself.
Right, but the thing is to go back and look at the shame and the guilt that is blocking it, because shame and guilt, as I said, are two false emotions. They don't move you forward, and they're usually the top layer of emotional awareness. So once you move past that and let go of shame and say, I'm not ashamed to know that, yes, I do have some weaknesses. I do have some needs that need to get met,
Right.
and it's up to you to honor those needs.
Okay.
And when you're coming from anything other than love, like you were talking about, people have these financial needs. Now let's look at the realistic part. Our economy is not in the greatest shape. So,
Right.
Even here in Las Vegas, as many casinos and hotels we have, it took my oldest daughter months to get a job.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what it comes down to is that people have to get active in their own life. And sometimes you're not going to get the job that you need to get, you're not going to get the perfect job at that time.
You're going to get what you
You're going to get what you need to pay your bills. The other thing to do is to actually, if you can, eliminate the word need from your verbal diet.
Okay.
And because that's again coming from a low vibration.
Well, obviously, a lot of this is coming from my end. So I guess what you're trying to do is try to tell me what to fix on my end.
Exactly.
So how would I fix this on my end?
Well,
Maybe.
everybody has basic needs. We all have the basic needs of food, shelter, and clothing.
Oh,
right? And sex and companionship.
It's true.
And
Okay.
it is. Those are all basic needs.
Well, I would say all the other needs are getting met except for the sex.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, you gave Jerkman that card,
Well, there you go.
Apparently, they were at the. Never mind.
So obviously, men and women tend to think on different scales, right? So I would look at developing the relationship first, because that's really where most women are coming from. We want that relationship first before we're going to commit to having sex.
Well, fine, that's great.
But most men are coming from, I want to have sex first to find out if she's even compatible in bed, and then I'll have the relationship.
But there's no relationship right now with anybody. I'm just doing my thing.
But didn't you say a while back you were taking a break from dating?
For a while, but I found somebody that interested me. But again,
Okay, good.
Again, they're a little bit unavailable, so I'm trying to work with them.
They're a lot unavailable.
They're a lot of bit unavailable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because you're talking. I mean, they don't really. You haven't really talked to her yet, right?
No.
So they just email periodically.
That's
kind
what
of.
we do. That's just what we do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how is that satisfying you?
Well, I love hearing from her, but I would like to take it to the next step at
And
some
so
point.
the next question is she here locally?
No.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
You look locally.
That's easier said than done.
I completely agree with you.
You can't really control who you like. You know what I'm saying? Or who really starts your engine.
But is she moving you forward?
Not really. I mean,
So I think maybe it's about surrounding yourself with people that will help you move forward.
I think it's a safe zone for him.
Yeah.
but you can't really. I mean, like I said, I haven't met anybody locally that I'm just like, oh,
Right.
hey. I mean, you can't just go out and be like, I think I'll take that one.
Right.
You know, it doesn't happen that way. It's just
Yes, you can. There's the chicken ranch over here.
Yeah, you can settle. You can.
So, Maxwell, do you find yourself comparing other girls to the girl that you like?
Not really. Nobody's really, just grabbed me in that same way.
So you single women, you should start calling Max. The number is 702-609-7626.
Actually, maybe you should.
And look, he looks like a large penis, so you know he's probably packing one too.
There's a lot of women that are single that there's probably a good reason they're single.
But some women, I know where you're going with that. Some women want to be single.
That kind of mindset that you just put out kind of sets you up for failure.
Because they could say the same thing about you.
Well,
he's single for a reason.
Well,
Some
I
people are
am
just single because
for a
they're
reason.
single.
I am single for a reason.
But the thing is, but she's right
then.
though. If you're saying, they're single for a reason, some women I've met don't want to be married again or don't want to be in a relationship and like the fact that
And
they
that's
can
their
get up at
business.
2 a.m. and do what they want to do or,
All right, let me
sleep
put
in
it this
late.
way.
It's got nothing to do because they're flawed.
The single ones that are looking, there's something wrong with them.
Why is it why?
But there's something wrong with everybody.
Yeah, because everybody's always looking.
Everybody's got issues.
Not everybody's always looking. You guys just said yourself.
Well, but people, everybody has issues.
But it's human nature
Yeah.
to look.
We
You
all
guys
have
really
something
think
to
you're
hear from.
winning this conversation with him?
No, not really.
But it
One of
really
these days he'll get it.
And it's also kind of about just figuring out what your soulmate list looks like. Write it down, and because when you write it down, it's tangible, and then the universe can say, "Oh, okay, he wants a crazy
his
woman."
soulmate's a fucked up. It's like a unicorn-looking thing.
But you can say, "Okay, I want a woman that is funny, that has her own career, that is this, that, and the
Yeah,
other."
but,
You can manifest the perfect
You
relationship.
can't just go out looking for that. It's gotta. You'll find that person when it's time.
No one's saying, "Oh, you need to go stand on like street corner and
Right.
start looking."
Well, maybe
Well,
Just
that might
open
be. You
yourself-
might need to give him one of those arrow signs.
know, huh?
Single.
But leaving yourself emotionally open
Yeah.
for that avenue to happen.
I'm not close to it. It's
No,
just-
yes, you are.
it
You just
hasn't
said so.
happened. It just hasn't happened. That's all. Nothing's.
So let's talk about this for a second. What is your ideal woman? What are her characteristics?
Oh, crap.
That's
Okay,
what
and
I
let's
say.
keep it PG-13.
That's what I say. Well, I mean, oh god. See, this is why I don't like doing this shit because you start giving. Oh, what's your ideal woman? What's your ideal?
Well, no, everybody
Look how
has.
quickly you just said you don't want to manifest it.
Right.
I mean, everybody has their ideal mate. Do they want somebody who's bossy, controlling? Do they want somebody who's easygoing?
But the thing is, when you start
That
spitting
can
out all these traits,
laugh.
there might
Well,
be traits.
no,
you
it's
know,
just a baseline. You just
Yeah.
need a foundation.
Exactly.
But you know what?
Then you grow the tree from there for the roots.
Let's use a good example here.
Okay.
Okay, Jerkman didn't necessarily go looking for his soulmate. He wasn't writing down what the fuck he was looking for.
But he opened himself up
But
to
it
it.
happened. It just happened.
But
But I
he-
did. She is true. I did open myself up.
But
with
he
this.
opened himself up to it.
Yeah. And that's the scary thing because when you open yourself up to someone, you become vulnerable to their opinion.
Yeah, but
right?
somebody started the engine. That's the thing.
He did.
Yeah. He did.
Internally.
Nope. He was there. He was sitting in the garage, and somebody walked over
No,
and turned his
I
engine.
remember
actually, I
a couple
started
times you started
before
saying
that.
you were ready for a
Yeah,
relationship.
I was putting
Yeah.
stuff up on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was building myself towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
think
he,
so, man.
he
I-
was in the mind mode. He was just like, hey, I'm going to go to a birthday party. I'm going to go out and meet some people. It's time for me to get out there. He opened himself up.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm going. He's like, hey, I'm going to go out and go find a girl and go get laid tonight because that's what my needs and wants are.
Of course not.
But he opened himself up because he wasn't closed anymore. So he wasn't exuding that energy of like, I'm unapproachable.
Oh yeah.
And part of it for him was also ending one cycle of life, ending the last part that he needed to end.
But I guess the thing was, it wasn't so robotic like you guys are making it. I think, I mean, from what I saw at least, it was just something that kind of happened.
Yeah, because he opened himself up internally. It's something you can't see. It's just something that just happens.
Well, there you go. You can't do
Metaphysically.
it. You can't do it. So you can't. It's subconscious.
But I'll bet you the first thing he would tell you about his love is that she's strong and funny. That those are the two things that he really admires about her.
Yeah.
Well, but that had to.
And she likes to try to jump out and scare the piss out of me.
Yeah, well,
Which
that
you
right
would
there.
love, right?
Yeah, that right there is a
Right,
Jerkman
because
trait.
what that also is he likes that level of spontaneity. Now those are qualities that work for him. That may not work for you.
Oh, that wouldn't work for him.
No, not at all.
So your quality, your list can be perfect for you.
But I guess you know when you see it. There's things you see
Right.
and you're like, oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So there might be things that you didn't make in your baseline or whatever that you just all of a sudden see and you go, oh man, yeah, I dig that.
But it's about the universe is a yes universe. It's going to believe what you tell it. So what we've talked about tonight is you creating that soulmate list. We've told you to do it, and the first thing you said is, I don't want to do that. So what message are you giving the universe?
Well,
that he wants to masturbate the rest of his life.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, it's about making the list that you want, and then
Yeah.
and
See-
you get to edit it every
See,
now and then.
But things never came to me. Things may work differently for a lot of other people. For me, things come when I'm not expecting them, when I'm totally blindsided.
So then you go into gratitude. Thank you, universe, for bringing me my soulmate.
Sure.
Thank you for doing this. And when
Yeah,
you go into
when it happens.
gratitude, then they're like, oh, yay, let's make this happen.
Well, yeah, but
But you got to make yourself open for it.
well, I mean, I'm not close to it.
What is it about being in a relationship that gives you a little bit of a pause?
There is no pause. I just haven't found anybody.
So
There's
do
the
you
pause.
want? So what is your ideal relationship?
I guess I'll know when it comes.
Which there goes that maybe message again.
Yeah, I'll know when it
But
comes.
is she okay?
Why is it so hard to answer?
Because it's bullshit. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, this is what I want."
It's not.
Because
We all have we all have quality and traits that we would like to attract in a mate. So
Yeah,
I
but
was
you don't have
I was single for 10 years, and here comes testosterone, and he ended up having those qualities and traits
did you
that
like
I
keep the
admired.
paper in your pocket and go, "All right, he's got
But
this."
part of it for me is
it's
I
got
want
nothing to do with
He's got a
paper.
checklist.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
got- no.
it's not as robotic as you guys are making it. It just kind of happens.
No, we're not saying making it robotic.
I'm saying take control of it.
Yes.
You really can't though, because the more you try to take control of it, the more it's going to fight you.
The more you own it, the more you're going to be open to it.
What are you saying, Jerkman?
Once again, I'm just going to sit back and watch you guys waste your breath.
Yeah, quit playing on Facebook.
I'm just over here
Yeah,
texting
yeah,
all my
texting-
girlfriends.
Right,
Do it,
right.
man. Have fun.
No, but seriously, it is about the art of manifestation and the law of attraction. 2015
Yeah, I don't believe in
adds
that.
up to the number 8. So this is an
I
8
don't
year to
believe in the
manifest.
fucking law of attraction.
Well, there you go.
I've tried that shit. That does not work.
But see, because you already have that mindset,
Right.
you are projecting that out.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when you realize that your thoughts and your words are powerful, then you realize, okay, I can partner with the universe.
This is,
You wanted me on the show.
I know. No, I appreciate the other perspective. I do like your perspective.
No, he doesn't.
I don't
He's
necessarily
lying to you.
I didn't say I agree with it, but
That's
I dig it.
Okay, so then let's take it from a different stance. What
Okay.
are the lessons you've learned from the prior relationships?
What don't you want?
Yes, that's almost as important.
how much time you got?
Absolutely.
See, your list is a lot longer of what you don't want to what you do want.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know
so you
what I
should
don't
put
want.
more time and energy in what you do want instead of what you don't want.
Well, and I just said before, one of the things is I don't want someone up my ass.
Okay,
I
so
want
how
someone,
can you?
so opposite
how can you
of that
change
is
that?
what?
I want somebody who has a life.
You want somebody
There
who's
you go.
productive.
Yep.
Okay.
And you want somebody obviously who's intelligent.
Right.
A lot of this shit's just kind of cliche though.
Why is it cliche? Some people don't want intelligent people.
Oh,
they
yeah.
want somebody
Right.
who's robotic.
Think about Jerkman there. Oh wait, no, but now he's got a new one.
But it comes back to okay. So it sounds like you want a woman that has her own career, has her own passion,
Yep.
and is active in her own life.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you put it out that way, it puts it out in a more positive way. If you say this is what I don't want, then nothing positive is gonna happen from that. You cannot create a positive from a negative, except in math.
Remember what I've always taught you, Maxwell. If you throw it out to the universe, see what happens and what comes back.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And then follow the path.
And no one's saying you have to write it down and check it off like you're in grade school.
Well, that's
You just need to stop saying like, well, I don't need somebody who's controlling and who's going to, be my handmaid and call me names and all sorts of stuff.
He does
You
want
see
a
what I'm
woman to
saying?
call him names.
Yeah, like daddy, son, preacher man.
Yeah, role play time.
to that's what you're projecting out. Now you just need to turn around and redo that and just feed the positive
Yeah.
and put those negatives away.
Because when you feed the negative, that will happen. When you feed the positive, that will happen. So what you've learned is that if you manifest from I do not want, then you're not going to get.
Okay.
So what you've learned from the past is that you want somebody that's available, emotionally available, and physically available.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yep.
And you want a woman that is passionate about her life and loves what she does.
Yeah, no question.
Okay. Has her own income.
Yeah.
Okay. And children, yes, no.
Yeah, well,
he's a blank shooter, and
No,
he
but
doesn't
I mean,
want kids.
what if she's divorced and has young children?
Well, I don't think you're
doesn't-
really not interested in that though that much, are you?
That really doesn't bother me. That's
Okay.
that's on my latitude of you know how you have your latitude of acceptance,
Right,
latitude of
right.
rejection, and then sort
That
of.
depends upon the woman.
But you're not gonna take Papa role either.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really
Right.
too down to do the
Okay.
daddy, but
Okay, so somebody preferably that maybe doesn't want children or doesn't have
I
children.
mean that would be an ideal.
Okay,
but,
there are
you know.
plenty of women out there that do not want to have kids. Let's
Okay.
face it, kids are expensive.
Oh yeah,
And they grow up.
When I was raising, Natalie and
know.
Stephanie, diapers back in 1990 and 92 were $2,000 a year. That was last century. Okay, we're now parents are paying a lot more. So women are looking at that and saying, okay, if I have a child, I'm just going to have one.
Yep.
And some people are sitting here and saying, our world is in such turmoil. Why do I want to bring a child into this? All of that. So that's actually one of those latitude things. Go for it.
Oh, I said yeah. I was just saying yeah.
So you want somebody that's going to understand your schedule because you have a crazy schedule,
Oh, no question.
right? So you want somebody that's going to understand that sometimes your work is going to come first.
Yep. And but you know what? I gotta understand too. that Sometimes
Exactly.
their work's gonna come
Her
first.
work is gonna do that too. Exactly. Exactly
So-
right. Because you're on the go pretty much from 7 in the morning till 9 at night.
Yeah, pretty much.
5 days a week.
And
And his boys' nights.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
right, but then he's got all the events that he attends, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, because of what you do during the day.
Right.
So there's a lot of activity in your life.
oh yeah, no question.
Right.
No
right.
question.
So that's something that she's going to have to understand and appreciate. And, maybe at 9 o'clock at night or 9:30, she'd have dinner waiting for you. Or maybe she would come and bring it to you just because, not because it's somebody saying, bring me food, but because she would show you that she loves you that much by getting dinner for you before the show.
Yeah, well,
That's the kind of thing. So you want
Well,
somebody
that's-
that's compassionate and understanding.
yeah, and that's kind of what Jerkman gets. Sometimes.
Not from you.
Not from. He gets Red Lobster.
No, he never bought me Red Lobster. Why do you think I'm so pissed all these years?
Is that why you're wearing a red shirt?
Yeah, he didn't take me out to dinner, bastard.
No, his girlfriend brings him dinner.
Yeah.
See?
All the time.
See? So, okay, so do you like the relationship when you're seeing with Jerkman and his girlfriend? Do you
Yeah.
like what you're seeing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's an example of a healthy relationship that's being shown to you.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that
Because
they
you
can't
know
be
what an
had.
unhealthy
I'm trying to show you,
relationship is.
son, the way.
Oh, God. Now we're in
Oh, now
trouble.
we're in trouble. I was just going to say that.
But if Jerkman didn't open himself up, he would have never met her.
Right. And so
That
you
is
get to
true.
see
That's
what this
true.
relationship looks like.
Yeah, I think.
You can't follow us to the bedroom and watch that part, though. It just doesn't. That's
Well,
not
no, but he's already got the videos.
You know what I think?
That's true.
That's what the intro says.
But here's what I think. I think that that somebody came along and opened Jerkman up. That's what I think.
Oh, I think, no, I
No,
remember him
I
having
think he did it on
discussions.
himself.
yeah.
I think he did it on
Yeah.
his own.
No,
It was a couple months
Maxwell,
before I
yeah.
actually started getting where I started having the dreams and I started
Yeah.
having. So I was starting. I was
Okay,
ready.
So you were trusting that intuition.
Yeah,
Is
I-
what it came down to.
All right. So you had a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
opened.
feeling
I
came
opened
to
up to. I opened up to leaving that part instead of closing it out, opening it up, and
Right.
and I put it out on Facebook. I had enough balls to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember when I told you, like, what was it, a couple months ago, that I saw the change in him, that he wasn't as much as an ass as when I first met him?
Just a little bit less.
Just a tiny bit.
That,
Yeah.
that there was that change there.
Yeah, but I think that was about the time he was dating, right?
No, that was right
It was-
before
it
he
was
started
before,
dating.
because I remember out front after talking with you, you were saying, I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready, And
start
yeah.
hating, stop hating women.
Yeah.
I didn't say I hate women.
No, I'm saying for me.
Him.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, we know you
Because
don't
that's
like
the way.
women. You like
I mean,
men.
that's the way he came across.
Right, and
when
so
I
what did
first
you
met him.
what did you learn? You learned that if you let go of some of the hurt from the past,
Right.
you know, you just let go. You say, you're not in that past, and that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
other thing about needy people is that they can talk the talk, but they may not be.
I will be totally honest with you. You
Yes.
know what made me snap out of it?
What?
Cancer. After realizing, I decided that, you know what, life is too fucking short.
Absolutely.
Because you get a whole new perspective on life. You live it now, or you live it any other time,
Yeah.
thinking, "Hey, I'm invincible." When you realize you may not be invincible anymore, some of that stupid childish shit you've kept inside of yourself forever just kind of dissipates.
It does,
and it's been holding you back.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jerkman.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get cancer.
No, but if you
You don't have to, you'll
break
get a
down the
penis.
word cancer, what is it? It's C, the answer.
The answer.
C
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
That's
See the
interesting.
answer. So, and what it is, it's about letting go of all that stuff and realizing, and to quote my friend Joan Burley, you think outside the box and then you realize there is no box.
Yeah, there is. You get
No,
plenty
there's
of
no
box
box.
afterwards.
Once you think outside the box, you're getting into unlimited thinking.
Yep.
I had to pull a Jerkman one-liner there real quick.
But once you realize there is no box,
You try that again. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, there's plenty of box for you. What are you talking about?
Oh, God damn it!
Talking
Now I just
about-
loaded the right fucking one, and it's doing it again.
Oh, so it sounds like we're going to commercial.
Yeah, we're going to commercial.
We're gonna have to figure out why. Wait, hang on a second. We're gonna
Okay,
reset this.
he's gonna jumpstart it
I
real
gotta figure out why the hell this is doing this.
All
Because
right.
it's being gay. That's
And now
why.
it just doubled up. It's doing like it did before. It's doubling up.
So what
Just an
happens
update.
is that he's trying to bounce in the new commercial stuff, and it's not working.
it's just kicking it out every
Yeah.
time I'm doing it. It's
Yeah.
weird.
So maybe your office needs to be cleansed.
Maybe I have to fart in here again.
No, that's no.
That's not cleansing anything
That's
besides
not
your
cleansing.
innards.
Right.
Oh, hey, just talk about going out and stuff like that. Remember Vecht Jerkman?
Yeah.
He's doing stand-up tonight at the Hard Hat Hard Hat Lounge.
That's a one-liner just to go out on right there.
All
Oh,
right.
God damn it.
We'll be back in 5.
No,
Nope,
we can't. It keeps doing this.
All right, so we're
Loading
going to
up
keep
the-
talking.
So
Speaking of
talking.
stand up, can I do a plug for Stand Down?
Oh, yeah, stand up for next week.
Actually, well, let me explain. Stand Down is a 2-day event happening March 18th and 19th at the Cashman Center. It is for homeless veterans and veterans that need services, legal services, health care, employment, housing. I will be there with some other drugless health practitioners. I've got a couple of massage therapists. My friend Cozy will be there.
I loved Cozy.
Isn't
when
Cozy
I met
awesome?
her. Oh
And
my
then my
God,
friend William will be
wonderful.
there, and I'm hoping to get a couple of nutritionists. So any of you that are on my Facebook and wanting to do this, please inbox me and let me know. So I had a really popular booth last year, but it's a 2-day event. So if you're a homeless veteran and you're having some issues here in Clark County, you can go to usvetslasvegas.org. I think it's .org.
.org.
And pre-register, and then get to Cashman Center early because the line is long.
Yes.
Long.
Are we
You were
ready,
there
Jerkman?
last year.
Well, no, go ahead. Give a one-liner before we go, because you're ready to say something there.
Long? Yeah.
Long line?
Long line
like-
of homeless veterans.
Kind of like a
which-
train that you go when you go to Red Lobster with all your boyfriends.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God!
There we
of
go.
course.
Check it out.
All right, we'll be back in 5.
Yay.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil, I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck. In your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul.
I love you. You are my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that, and guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
First Amendment protection
anonymous.
material is up.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
And now back to the STIM Radio Show.
Bitches.
Here's your host, Maxwell. I love Red Lobster.
Dildo Slammer.
Dildo Slammer.
So
you
you
know,
were
I kind of
talking-
like that intro, man.
So you were
That was cool.
talking
Did you?
about needy people, and you have a question for me.
There's a family of people. It's going to get a little convoluted and strange, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability.
Yeah, give me the high points.
Okay, basically,
Or the low points.
there's a.
So go from the beginning when you first met them.
Okay, well, first of all, I've known of them, but I never really met them formally until back when I was at UNLV. I'm walking through the student union, and I bang into this guy with my cane, and he goes,
Jerk, man!
"See, that's Jerk Man." He hits me with the cane. So he goes, "Hey, what's your name?" And I'm like, I told him my name, and he goes, "Oh man, I know who you are." And I guess there was a girl that he knew that really had a crush on me or whatever. Her name was Allison. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, Allison had a major crush on you." I'm like, "Oh, geez, man, you remember?" And so we were kind of talking, and we exchanged numbers and everything. And
But correlate how excited he was to meet you as who you were.
oh yeah, no,
Like,
I was like a celebrity to him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So I guess she must have mentioned my name a lot or something weird. Well, for a while he was calling me a lot. And then at one point, back when Cockatiel and I used to date, he used to like Cockatiel too. And
story.
So that caused a little bit of friction and tension,
Sure.
which we won't go into all that. But anyway, all that was over, and then we knew his brother too. And his brother recently died last year. And when his brother died, all of a sudden his ex-wife. How long had Richard and his ex-wife been split up? Do you know, Cockatiel?
Oh, probably 10 years.
Since like 2003 or something?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Long time.
So anyway, they'd been split up for a while. Well, all of a sudden she starts talking to me on Facebook. And I'm like, well, I wonder what the hell she wants. So eventually we went out a couple times, and I wound up getting pissed off at her and kind of just telling her to fuck off. And so because she was really turned out to be just kind of a flake. Well, then after that, their sister, there's three of them. There's Richard, there's Mark, and there's Sylvia. Sylvia's the sister. And all of a sudden, Sylvia friends me on Facebook. And then she wants to start talking to me. And she starts, calling me all the time and all kinds of other shit and, wanting to be my friend and this whole bit. I'm like, man, why do these people keep popping up? You know, it's not like I'm trying to have anything.
To reach out to them.
Yeah, I'm not reaching out to them. They keep reaching out to me. So I guess I'm wondering what is the deal? What do they want?
Well, to me, that feels like Richard has absolutely spoken to his family about how supportive you are, how active you are in the community, and he's really just kind
So
of.
Richard talked me up?
That's. I mean, you asked. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now, and it feels like these people, and this happens a lot, and I've seen it in my own life. They don't know how to positively support. They don't know who to reach out to, and so they've reached out to a person that is idolized you. And
I wonder if that might be Mark though.
And well, part of it could be. Part of it is also, again,
But his is envy.
Yeah, Mark's thing is envy. Yeah,
and that's an envy, again, coming from a low vibration, and that's about people thinking that they deserve what you have, and that comes from a sense of entitlement, which is victim mentality.
See, that's what I'm thinking it is. It's something where they want something from me because they think they deserve it.
Well, and then the girls show up. Just out of the blue.
Yeah, where do those girls come from? How come they pop?
The daughters?
They're part of the same family. So
one's the ex-wife and one's the sister.
And one's the sister, which I got the feeling that both of them were personally interested into dating him.
Yeah, but I don't feel any interest coming from you. No interest at all.
From her?
No. From on your side?
Oh, no.
I don't feel
Not
any
at
interest at all. And that's because what's going on is they don't know how to get themselves out of this hole.
Okay,
they don't know how to dig themselves out. And sometimes when people are in, especially when they're grieving a loss like that, it's really hard. They don't know how to talk about it, so they'll reach out in other ways. When you're grieving a loss, whether it's a relationship, like a divorce or something like that, or a death, which is obviously more permanent, people go through different stages. And the first one is denial. Then there's anger at God,
bargaining,
right? And exactly. I'll be a better person if you don't do this, that kind of thing.
Right.
So what they're doing is trying to cope, and they don't have the coping mechanisms. Sometimes we just discussed this in the last segment. When somebody has mastered a coping mechanism, a coping device, a way of dealing with something, people will show up and they're like, "How do you cope? How did you do this?" And so you can give them those coping mechanisms. What you want to do is say, well, when I went through this loss, this is what I did. I reached out for help or whatever, and this is how I got through it.
But do you feel that there's any unfinished business from a past life with this family?
I feel a little bit of a connection there, and it feels like.
Do they feel like I took something from them in a past life that they should get back?
Actually, you know what? You're right. It feels like a familial connection from a past life. Because what I'm being shown is a bloodline connection. So it does feel like they were cousins in a past life.
Me and the Montanos?
It just feels like cousin relationship. It doesn't feel like brother sister. It doesn't feel like aunt uncle, mother father. It doesn't feel like any of that. It feels like a distant.
So they were
So you think
connected
that's the
to
reason
me.
why they're gravitated to him?
I think that's
in
part
this
of
life?
it. I think that's part of it. And I think he actually did financially support them in a past life.
Really?
Huh.
So, so I think you can break that tie, and you can just literally put it out to the universe. Just please break all poverty consciousness vows from my past life. And you'll probably see these people disappear. But a lot of times when people do not have these coping mechanisms and you've been through it, they want that advice. The problem then becomes when they don't take it and they keep coming back for more and more and more.
Kind of what's been going on because I don't really return their calls. I don't really.
Yeah, because you're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
And to be honest,
and they don't get the hint.
Yeah, they don't get the hint.
because
to be honest
you've
with
been compassionate for so long that when you stand your ground, people are sitting there and they're like, "Well, I don't understand." You have to at some point have that compassion for yourself and stand your ground and stand your boundaries and say, this is what worked for me. Maybe you need to seek outside help or a counselor or something or a financial planner and figure out how you can become more independent instead of codependent.
So
and they are all codependent. If you really think
because
about
when
it.
the parents are codependent, then that's what they teach their children.
Well, we don't know. I don't know much about the parents. I just know about the kids.
Well, it's a learned behavior.
And it's just funny that the ex-wife of the one brother was doing the reaching out to me. I was like, well, where's she?
Well, because that's going to still affect their kids. Even though they're no longer married, it's still going to affect the kids. It is their uncle that died. you know, that kind of thing. And so
Actually,
she's
Her dad.
her
Their
dad.
dad.
So she's going to be dealing with it in a different way than your friend, than his brother.
Interesting. Well, yeah, because it was just strange, like how she. I think she actually liked me, but you know, she was a flake, and I just couldn't deal with that, and I just told her, you know what?
And
Well, but flaky people need people that are grounded.
I was very proud of him because he was very patient with her. Because
Yeah.
he would go off the handle. And
I did.
and rip it. Well, you know what? One remark was a little too much, but then it got to the point to where he kind of needed to be point blank instead of kind of playing footsies with her.
And that's that next level of boundaries.
And that's where I went.
Yeah.
And now I think she's pretty much backed off my line. But now it's the other one, that the sister, who I just saw her last week at an event, as a matter of fact. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I lost your number." You know, so I'm like, I gave her my work number. I was like, "Here, you take this one.
Yeah.
It's my business card."
Good.
And but I haven't heard anything, so we're hoping
Good.
knock on glass.
So, do you think intuitively inside that they're connected? They're thinking unconsciously that they're connected to him somehow, some way from a past
some way,
life?
and it probably had to get worked out in
And
this
that's the reason
lifetime.
why the circle keeps on going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always thought that was strange.
But you get to the wonderful thing is, now that you're aware of that, you get to finish that connection, because really all I see is just a little tie this big, tiny. It's you can't.
So it's just something that needs to be snipped.
Yeah,
you know.
it just and I can do that. It just
Cool.
needs to be just stopped. And again, that's sometimes we come into this life and we're getting rid of past life karma.
Yeah, because it's not really these relationships that he's had with them is not a productive relationship.
And that's the other thing. So glad you said that. We need to be in productive relationships, not just romantically, but with our friends.
That's what I mean.
And-
That's kind of where I was going
right.
with the needy. I wasn't just talking about relationship, dating wise. I was
Right.
talking about friends.
Right. They need to be relationships where you can say where you're coming from a loving point of view that is going to move that person forward, and they can say that I have a wonderful relationship with a couple of friends of mine. They're married to each other. A big shout out to Susan and Jess. But
that's the cop guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I watch them do that. I watch them do that with each other, lovingly support each other. And when I've had an issue and I've gone to my friend Susan, she's come back at me with a lot of love, explaining it in a way that I couldn't see it. So that's the kind of friend that you want, is somebody that's not going to sit there and judge and say da 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 da, but it's going to say, okay, well maybe this is the aspect of how this is being mirrored to you, and the lesson that you need to learn, because it's so easy for us to not see it within ourselves, and that's we're human.
Right.
If we learned everything the first time, we wouldn't need to go to first grade.
Exactly.
You know,
right?
We have all right. We know that it's important to take a nap. We know that milk and cookies are a good thing, and we know
And
our
coloring.
coloring, right, right, and we know it's fun to play and to listen to the teacher.
And those are productive relationships.
Right, exactly. So look at be open to those productive relationships coming in. And I think that's what Jerkman was saying earlier. He's ready to have a different relationship. He learned from his last one. He wants a productive relationship that's going to move him forward. And at the same time, he gets to move his girl forward.
Well, and that's it. I mean, I don't want any more of the bullshit either. So.
Right, because you don't want people that are stuck. People that are stuck are staying in the old paradigm.
Yeah.
You have to make money. I mean, we all have to make money.
Yeah.
But it's so important to come from compassion and love and anticipation and excitement and passion.
And not the same shit you've been dealing with, where
Right.
it's like the person's into this, and they want all your time, and all this other stuff, and they're not really happy with what you're doing. Or,
Right. And in this world, it's
ungrateful.
such a different world from even 15 years ago. Just look at the technological advances that we've had. It's just, my cell phone from 15 years ago compared to now, my cell phone was huge. Right?
Yep.
So
oh yeah, brag about how big your cell. All guys do that, and women now are doing it. Damn.
Want to see
and they're
my
getting
brick?
back to being
Yeah.
big again. But this is a world where we go, and so many people forget that they need to take that time out for themselves.
Right.
My thing is, I meditate every day. I teach meditation, and I want my students to, or the people that show up, to do it every day. It's obviously going to be whenever they do it, but I meditate every day. And for me, that's setting out that intention, that's being in that peace energy. And sometimes when I'm worried or I'm stressed, that's when I need to meditate the most. You know?
Well, obviously it's cleansing.
It's very, very healing, because you're getting tapped into unconditional love. And because we're humans, sometimes it's hard for us to understand unconditional love on a human level.
Yeah. So I guess going back to the whole needy thing, because I did get another text from somebody I haven't heard from in a while.
You are needy.
Who is also a very needy person. So
Okay.
yeah, it sounds like I'm really emanating a lot of this shit. So
It's because you are needy. I'm sorry, I hate to break this news to you, but you yourself are needy, and you're drawing what you are.
But we could also look
And how do I break that?
But how's he needy? That's what I
He's
like to
needy
see.
because he wants what he wants, but he doesn't want it the way it's going to be.
Yeah, you can't control the universe
You can't
like
control
that.
everything.
You
And
have
the
to work
bottom
in
line
partnership.
is the person you're going to get is not going to be perfect. They're not going to be, but
Well, I know
they can be
that.
perfect for you.
Exactly.
You got to open your eyes to it. That's all. I mean, because
He
you're
has
going
to
to
open
see
his heart.
things. Yeah.
What is he needing from these people who need things from
Attention.
him?
He's needy. I mean, right now, if you think about this, he says he doesn't want this, but he does want that.
Yeah.
That's a cry. It's a cry in both ways. And I'm not saying this because I'm coming down on him. I've done the same thing myself.
Right.
Oh,
You've walked it before,
yeah.
so you recognize
So
it.
I see what he's doing. I don't want this. I don't need it. The perfect girl is going to be this or that. And when you're doing that, you're blockading anything that's going to come your way.
Yeah,
Bottom
I
line.
agree.
Yeah.
with
The
that
other
one.
thing too is when you learn the lessons from the prior relationships about what you don't want, you go into gratitude for those women that have taught you that.
Yeah. Well,
and say,
no
okay,
question.
now I see this. I don't want
Yeah.
that. Boom.
Right. Well, and that's it. But nobody
Use it as a lesson instead of pain.
Okay.
Well said. Absolutely.
And I try to do that. I think.
But see, and that's it. Trying and doing are two different things. I
Yeah.
want to be Yoda here
Yeah.
for a second.
Trying sets up
because,
failure.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
say I'm trying to do this, then that means you're letting yourself open to go back anytime to retreat back into that. You are doing it. That's what you need to do. You need to look at it only as an experience that needed you to move on and evolve to the next level.
Oh, yeah, and there are some that I'm like, okay, yeah, that was good that it happened. Like I don't regret any of my past relationships or anything.
Well, and don't hold any animosity towards them either, because that's one of the biggest things that really drags you
Absolutely.
under.
There we go.
Because what they've done is they've prepared you for the right relationship.
Yeah. Right.
The wrong relationships prepare you for the right one.
And they're still actually controlling your emotions.
Because the animosity is still
because the animosity is still there.
Absolutely.
You still harbor a certain, whether you want to call it hatred or whatever you would
Bitterness.
want to call it, but that will keep you from moving to that next level, because you will carry that to the next person you may see just because you're still holding it for them. That next person you may see, there may be the perfect ball of wax for you, but you are going to underlie it with the hatred you're carrying from the
Right.
other people, and you're going to oppose it onto them, and you're not going to. It's not going to work.
And you're going to pick it apart to know
just
what's
because.
there.
So get out of the past and focus on the present.
Well,
Get out of your own way.
But no, like we've always said, Max, on the show, never forget your past. Because
no,
people say,
Just don't stay in it.
and don't hate your past. Your past is who you are now. So don't hate your past and anybody in your past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and that's the other thing about victim mentality is that they tend to stay in that past. And when you stay in the past, it blocks relationships. I had a client that was that lost her partner 25 years ago, died, and she still is grieving that. And and it's not easy to have somebody that you love die. That's not what I'm saying. That's not. But I also come from a different perspective. I was raised by my parents. My father was a probate attorney, so we talked about death all the time at the dinner table. So when my mom died first, my dad, he moved through the grieving process pretty quickly. 3 months after she died. Of course, it was breast cancer, so it wasn't unexpected.
Right.
He was back out dating again, and we were all three of us, my brother and my sister and I, we were all good with it because what we want is our dad to be happy.
Right.
And then he did wind up finding somebody that, amazingly enough, looked a lot like my mother. She made better fudge.
And I'll tell you, see, this is what's so crazy about grief. Because grief doesn't always manifest in the way you think.
No,
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
grieves differently.
Right. Well, and I always thought, like, remember when I was having all that anxiety shit and all that stuff, remember?
do, yeah.
And, I was like, what's going on with me? What's wrong? Hey, it was part of the grief.
But,
Sure.
And what do you think it was from? The relationships?
I didn't know
or-
what the fuck it was from. I was like, what's wrong with me,
But
man?
see, that's a whole different show. That can go into empathy. I've discussed that a couple of times.
Yeah.
But
That's
here's a
that's
perfect
another
way to
show.
look at this.
That was a learning experience, though.
The time that you got hit by that car, that was
Yeah.
traumatic for you.
Sure.
It had to have been.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
If you would have kept that on and turned that traumaticness into hatred for people that drive cars and that turns to fear, then you would have not been walking around anymore where you're going. So what would you have caused for yourself? You would have turned yourself from an accident that happened or something that was either meant to be or was meant to shape your life in a certain way, to where you turned it from that to anger to hatred to and
well, for a while I did carry a little bit of that, man.
Well, of course, but that's all part of the process of healing.
But if you keep letting that stew and evolve further and further, eventually you would have been to the part where you would have been afraid to go outside because you could have been hit next again.
Right.
You don't want to relive that experience,
Exactly.
so you would have been afraid to get in cars. It could have been you start to manifest and bring out your own demons and cause your own future from that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then the paranoia develops and the anxiety. Sure, all of that.
And then if that, because that happened how many years ago? Just think, if you wouldn't have, if you would have let that bother you, you would have never taken that trip to Red Lobster.
Get that Red Lobster
Knew something was
again.
coming.
We'll be right back.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that.
What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt.
Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul.
I love you. You are my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like. Hip-hop bangers like.
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that, and guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
refers him protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
The shit that hurts me. The shit that hurts me.
Back to the STIM Radio Show where Maxwell Hammer brings out the hammer down on everybody. Welcome back, Max.
Thank you. Actually, you know, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
but
a-
we're just hammering him tonight.
That's a cool little touch, man.
Yeah,
I kind
you like it?
of dig it.
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
So what have you learned about tonight?
What have I learned about?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I never thought of myself as a needy person, and now that you guys pointed out some stuff, maybe you're right.
But it's not meant in a negative way.
Well, no. I'm
you
just
know?
saying, maybe sometimes you don't. There's your self-perception of who
Right.
you think you are,
Right.
and then there's what others think of you. So it's possible. Maybe there is some. And Jerpin pointed out some shit that's needy about me, and I'm like, wow, I never really saw that as needy, but I guess maybe.
But again, it comes down to basic human needs of food, shelter, clothing, companionship, conversation, interaction with people, and those are not bad things. They're not.
Well-
and we all do have, obviously sexual needs as well, but these are all things that, especially the atmosphere I grew up in, which was very strict Catholic, there were just things you didn't talk about. I mean, I know that my mom had sex 4 times because there was a miscarriage. Do I think she had sex after that? No.
That's yeah. Well, I'm sure she wasn't necessarily telling you every time she had sex.
I record it so I can go back and watch it later.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'm
a
sure you
video.
want to watch that, jerk.
But but that was also that generation where it was more, I guess, Puritan.
Yeah,
you know,
it's,
whatever.
It's more procreation.
Yeah, and so it comes, and so if you're raised in that kind of an atmosphere, especially with my parents being the way they were, you learn to suppress certain things. You learn that certain things can't be talked about.
Yeah.
That's again that old paradigm.
Right.
So this is coming into the new paradigm of open and honest dialogue, and hopefully coming from compassion
and not being judged for your feelings.
Well, you know, because this is truly this is a perspective that I didn't expect to see.
Oh, come on, it's me. What would you expect?
Well, but I'm saying you pulled out some shit that I didn't, that I hadn't thought about.
Yeah.
Like, damn, okay, maybe it is on my end from that perspective that, maybe there's some shit that I'm exuding somewhere,
Right.
that's sort of
like farts.
Well, I exude that all the time.
So this is about changing the word from need to want, because need is coming from victim mentality, and like I said earlier, your words have power.
Right.
So you want to create from a positive point of view. I am deserving of this. I am like you were. I'm open to a positive relationship that's moving me forward.
Right.
Okay, think about this. What if you did have cancer? What if you had some kind of terminal disease that you just found out? Would you look at life the same way and sit back?
I don't think so.
You probably would not.
No. It's actually winds up being very motivating for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Wayne Dyer has a minor case of leukemia, and it wound up being very motivating for him.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure.
And remember, I told you before. I said this is one of the best things that probably could have happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
remember
even
saying
though
that.
I may not live through it, I don't know. I may. I don't know. But
Nobody gets out of life alive.
right. So it was one of the best things. Yeah.
Well, any predictions for any of
Oh,
us?
predictions.
What do you see for us here?
So
I predict you will be masturbating for the next.
that's a need, right? No, I predict he's going to go to a comedy club tonight.
I think we will because I haven't
So-
gotten a text from Beck yet, so I'm thinking so.
So knowing that you're going to the comedy club, this is actually another good de-stressing technique. Is laughter. It really is the best medicine. And you were saying during the break how people are commenting about your guys' show
Yeah.
is one of the funniest on the internet. I think for you, I think March is going to be very, very busy for you. And I think this whole thing for you is actually this you going so many different places. I think this is going to extend also into April for you.
Oh, okay.
So
March and April are going to be some busy months.
busy months.
Okay.
And I think that you're going to what I'm seeing with you is I think you're going to get out and have fun, but I think you're going to get out and have fun in different ways. So what that message generally means when I get that is try new things, and if you don't like it, fine. If you do like it, great, do it again. So just try something new.
Expand is what she's saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Expand your horizons.
What you've been wanting to do anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and also winter we're still technically in winter.
Right.
Is a time where people do tend to go internal, and we do tend to stick to ourselves because of the weather. Now, obviously, Vegas has been
It's sort
blessed.
of a hibernation thing for people. I
Right.
think it's just
It
a
is.
feeling you get.
It is. But Vegas has been blessed. We haven't had the snow on the East Coast, so we've been able to go out in our tank tops and all that neat stuff.
Right.
Damn, I miss tank tops.
Right?
Not for me.
I was going to say.
For
okay,
women.
see. All right. Well, we don't miss them, you guys. But anyway, so I don't know if you want me saying this, George, but I know because I know some of this stuff. But you're going to be expanding even more. Do you already know
Getting
that?
fatter?
Yeah,
No.
because Jeremy's back.
With
That's why.
the radio
So his
station.
butthole.
With the radio station. Because right now you go until what, 10 o'clock?
9.
Nine.
I'm done after this bald guy
Don't be
leaves.
surprised if you've got some shows coming on later
Actually,
after.
You do have a Saturday coming, don't you?
Yeah, there's been talk about somebody coming and doing Saturdays now.
Yeah,
So
but don't be surprised if you get some shows that go from 9 to midnight or
I'll be
even
happy.
1 o'clock. But you are going to need help in here.
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, guys. I'd
yeah.
be happy because then I'm going to hire
Yeah.
somebody. I'm not going to sit behind this thing
No.
24/7.
No,
I'll
And-
sit with him just
and
because
are
someone's got to
are you
babysit him.
planning
He's
a
in a
vacation?
caretaker.
Are you planning a vacation this year?
Huh.
You need to, even if it's 2 or 3 days.
Well, something rings a bell with that. I was going to go somewhere, I
Yeah.
think, or something like
Yeah.
something was going to.
Yeah, so I really feel like you need to take this trip there we go with a need word again.
Go somewhere next week.
It is coming up fairly soon. Fairly. I don't want to hear that.
Give me a microscope.
It is coming up fairly quickly for you. So start putting some money aside. It's just a 2 or 3 day trip.
Getaway?
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny about that? Because my girl just signed up for some vet thing, and they give her a 2 to 3 day night thing at a hotel somewhere.
Oh, good.
So I'm getting her for $9.
Yeah.
So we're
and
gonna.
so what
Wow,
branch?
that's
She's
awesome.
Air Force.
She's Army.
Army. So
National Reserve,
thank her.
yeah,
I know I've
she's-
said this before, but thank her
Yeah.
again for me for her service.
I'll thank her late tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just tell her I say thank you. She's an awesome woman. So
She is.
Yeah. And you know me, I appreciate anybody that serves our country.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Somebody's getting a text message.
I think he went on already. Son of a bitch.
So let's see.
That sucks.
Cockatiel.
Oh, that sucks.
Cockatiel. Now you don't work or you do?
I work. Yeah, I work.
You have your own business.
You have your
kind
own
of thing.
business, so that's where it's kind of yeah.
That's work.
Yeah.
That's work.
Trust me, yes.
Okay. With your business cards?
Huh?
Do you have business cards?
Yeah, but not on me.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just I really feel like you need to rework some of the business cards. I'm actually seeing the words tagline. So you need to put a tagline on your cards and
Something that grabs people, kind
yeah,
of.
and then do you have a website? Okay, revamp that also.
Really?
That's just I'm seeing just whatever you need to do
You
with
can't
it.
get any more creative than my website and my email my business email address.
Oh, yes, you
So
can.
just-
You can put dancing clowns and shit on it. That's creative.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, no, but I mean, it's just it'll come to her, because you've got your own level of intuition. It'll come to you. Is your birthday soon?
Just passed.
Ah, no wonder. I was seeing banners and all that. So I've said this to a number of clients, and I'll say this to you, and actually this applies to you as well, George. The 45 days before your birthday and the 45 days after is your power time. So this is the time to manifest what you want. Okay, so obviously you do that with the I am affirmations, all that neat stuff. George, you've got, your birthday was last week, right?
Yeah, last Friday.
So you've got 45 days from Friday. So
Play with that dick.
So just manifest all those positive affirmations. I do feel.
So it's kind of like a birthday thing that happens with people, or is it just?
Yeah,
Just
no,
in
the
general?
45
In
days
general.
before and the 45 days after. So if you're in your power time in those 90 days. So the
Almost like a New Year's resolution, a goal setting time.
Yeah. Well,
to
it's
move
not just goal
forward.
setting. It's just really manifesting what you want for the year, for all that kind of stuff. I do see you doing some journaling or some writing. Are you writing a book? Why
Cockatiel?
not? Why not?
Huh.
No, I've
No?
been asked to, but
Yeah, see?
Why don't you write one?
Okay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So just, sometimes when I see these things about writing, it could be a blog, it could be all that stuff. Just look into whatever that creative aspect is that they're wanting you to add. When I say they, I'm just talking about angels.
Themses,
right? The beings of light. So just continue on that. I do see somebody, and it's not a bad thing. I'm saying it's got to be an older person. I'm seeing an old black telephone. So I think somebody from your past is going to give you a call. I don't see any bad news attached to it. I actually see it feels like an old best friend type of thing where and what I'm seeing on this telephone call is a lot of giggling, a lot of laughing. Somebody is going to reach out to you
Does
that
someone have a French tickler?
right? So
I don't even think those are still around.
no, but it's going to
Maybe
be
not.
this is going
from
to
the
be
pet
a
store.
good thing.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be a good thing for you. So somebody's coming back into your life. That you're going to reestablish a relationship that really needs to be reestablished. So allow that to happen. If there's any kind of sadness or bitterness attached to it, and I don't feel there is.
There probably isn't.
Just let that go.
Were you cutting cords with him earlier?
Yeah, I was.
Now, were you cutting the cords of the anger between the old relationships and that? Or?
No, I was cutting that family.
It was that
out.
family.
I was
the
cutting
family.
out.
Yeah.
And any vows of poverty consciousness that he had.
Anything with Tootsie Toes?
See, he's obsessed with Tootsie Toes.
I see the number 10, and today's the 9th.
So what's that mean?
So I think you might hear from her tomorrow.
Do you ever see these two really getting together, or do you think it's just going to be one of those stepping stone things
I think it's a
help?
stepping stone. I think it's a stepping stone. I think this is.
It's
a
not
woman
really
that's
ever
got
gonna manifest in anything.
She's not in a position to leave her job.
Oh, I don't think I would expect her to.
Right.
But I mean, that's what I was asking. Even a long period of time, she could just be the stepping stone you need to get past this next
That's
thing.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she's just there to show you.
I know you don't want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You would rather have it the other way.
Oh yeah, but hey,
but you know what I went through. I've talked to you. You know, we talked behind the
Yeah.
scenes, and
the person that
I thought was going to be the one I would be with was not.
Yeah, your stepper to the pepper.
But she did help me
Mm-hmm.
move to that next level of realizing that I was ready.
And that's what it comes down
Step
to
into the
is,
pepper.
is
Your step into the
sometimes these people are sent in to show you what needs to heal, because your woman may be saying, I don't want a needy man.
Yeah, very possibly.
And so
you got to get past that point to get there.
Yeah.
Well, we may have a little something as far as like our the shit we share. And
It feels more like a brother-sister type of friendship.
Oh, don't say that. That's a fantasy for it.
Oh, God.
See, did you look at his face?
but what it feels just.
It's not going to
doesn't
evolve
feel
to
like
anything.
it's ever going to blossom into something that's going to be romantic.
Probably not.
So-
Well, though you did say you saw us getting intimate together at one
Well,
point.
there's many different forms. You guys
Right.
may be
There's
talking.
a lot of forms.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Yeah, you know, but when you say intimate to a guy, it's automatically pounding one out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But see, intimacy to us women is it's all about the nail, or it's not about the nail, right?
Right.
And just listen. I don't care about the nail. Don't fix it. But for us, it's about listening and cuddling.
Well, let me
and
ask you
that
this:
romance.
Will I actually ever get to meet her face to face, just like?
I
you know,
do
how you
feel like you are going to be able to meet her. It's not going to be in spring.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to. It might be in summer or fall. It's a ways off.
Okay,
And she's in California.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
it could be through like a Skype chat or something, possibly?
Phone chat or something?
I got no on that.
No.
I got no
Oh,
on
so like, you're talking about an actual
I'm
meeting?
talking about an actual physical meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's going to happen?
Huh.
You're going to talk a while. You guys are going to, she's going to come out here and see you, and she's going to ask for some money.
Right.
She's going to take your credit
But it's
card.
also, but her position is
order.
difficult. Her position is difficult. She has to be ready to meet customers, complaints
Yeah.
24/7.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's a hard job.
Kind of like here. That's why it's hard for me to get out of here.
Oh yeah,
There's
you just
nobody
all you do is if you want to complain, you just put the show on.
Yeah.
That's why he does the show.
You want to complain about something?
like a
Pay me
bitch.
some money. You can do all you want.
So he likes to come in here to bitch. Oh, I can't wait to get on here tonight, man. Wait till I tell you this shit.
Right.
Get this shit, man.
Right. Exactly.
So, wow. Well, ambulance, this has been fun,
Thank you.
and you're always welcome.
So, Jane, were you
Yes.
done with me?
Oh,
I'm
before-
sorry,
right?
yeah.
No, it happens
before
a lot.
before
Sorry,
he gets
Birdie.
into Tootsie Toes over there again.
Tootsie Toes.
Damn, Birdie.
All right, so and I see the same thing with you that I see with George. Are you going on a trip? I got yes on
Probably
that.
back to California.
I got yes on that. And are you? Yeah.
I travel all the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good.
But
good.
you're probably talking something a little out of the ordinary for her, right? Or is it just
Yeah,
normal traveling?
Mine are purpose trips when I
Okay.
go.
Okay. Good.
They're not fun trips.
Do you do trade shows?
Yeah.
Okay. So are there new?
Nude?
Yes to this.
New.
New trade shows that expand your vision, if you will.
Yeah.
And get into trade shows that are more suited to your career. And that's not. I didn't say it the way that was meant.
No, I understand.
Just look at that penis picture.
Just
There'll be clarity there.
outside, it goes back to
So you
outside
mean
the box.
something
There is no
that's-
box.
Something
Yeah.
that's a little more, viable for you, maybe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel like you're going to pick up a extra customer base if you just really kind of, and this is, I think, why they want you to tweak your website, update your services, things like that. Put in more. Actually, for what you're doing with trade shows, I actually feel like you need to up your prices. Whatever you're selling or whatever, you need to up them.
Get Jimby on them.
Not so that you want to outprice people, but it's more about valuing your service and again expanding it out there. So I definitely feel like that's kind of the
expanding.
well,
I got a weenie hard on I've never had before.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, yeah.
Lordy. We're going to get this internet neutrality thing going on.
I sure hope
Put you
not.
guys in neutral.
Yeah, sure. That's what they'd love.
I'm afraid of that.
That's what they would
You
love
guys
more
just
than
need
anything.
a show like once a week for an hour, just
Just
to
the
talk
Jimbies?
about sex. Period.
Me and him?
Oh, they do that 5 nights
Yeah, I
a
was
week.
gonna say, normally that's 5 nights a week.
I don't know. You can just have a whole hour of it, and you guys just
Get it
go
all out of
for
our
it.
system?
Just get it all out of your
We're men. It
system.
never gets out of our system.
There you go. See, that's what we need to learn about men.
It's
Right.
inherent, you know.
Right.
We just can't
Right.
stop.
Yeah.
So, man, wow. Well, that's interesting. So, kind of telling Cockatiel to step her game up a little bit.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Man.
It's
So what's
yeah.
in it for? So what's going on for you this year?
Well,
then?
I'm over at
Is
Karma
it all about
Connections.
us?
I know. I'm over at Karma Connections, which is a wonderful metaphysical gift store, and it's on South Rainbow and Warm Springs, and it's let's see, 7380 South Rainbow.
You said the next.
Do you guys have herbs there?
We sell herbs. We
Kind we can
sell one of a
smoke.
kind, one of a kind,
Yeah, light it up.
one of a kind jewelry. She orders the most amazing jewelry, and some people come in from estate sales and sell her jewelry. I teach meditation classes. I've actually got an intuition class Wednesday night. It's going to be on clairvoyance, which I've been using tonight.
This is the 25th, right?
This is the meditation. The next meditation that I'm doing is on the 25th of March. The intuition class that I'm doing is Wednesday night, and it starts at 6:30, over at 8. And I'm not going to be doing readings that, well, I mean, I'll be using my intuition.
Right.
But I'm going to be teaching other people how to use their intuition.
How
They're
to
going to be
hone it
reading
in.
each other.
Okay, so I can't make
that's-
that one, obviously, but
Right.
the one on the 25th
That's
is
a
going to
meditation.
Which
and-
I think would be really good for you.
Meditation?
Yeah.
Meditation,
Be
and that
therapy.
starts at 6:30. That's on a love donation basis. You can go to Karma Connections on Facebook
Love
and get
donation, huh?
yeah, a love
Don't tell
donation.
him that. He'll bring it in a
And
little container.
So, and then
mean I get to rub some feet?
That's followed by pranic healing, mini pranic healing sessions.
Oh, yeah?
And I have about 17 or 18 people show up.
Are you guys in where the Sweet Tomatoes is at?
No, we're next to the Money Tree and Palm Beach Tan in the Albertsons Shopping Center on Rainbow and Warm Springs.
Two of my favorite
over
things,
there by
money
the
and sand and my
Walmart,
ass
by
are
the
Yes,
Walmart.
yes, that's on
Okay.
Badura. Warm Springs is the next one over.
All right.
And so and then there's
For my
also
mistake.
drum circles that go on there. There's some I'm
just
not
keep going
teaching them,
without
but
us.
there are some tarot classes going
Okay,
on.
we won't listen to 'em.
There's also crystal classes going on. And I
crystal
gotta
meth.
say that Tracy Kramer and her husband Steven, they have the lowest prices in town, right? And for everything. And if there's somebody with a higher price, she'll meet it. So it's definitely something worth checking out.
Yeah, because I usually go over to, and I know you don't like the word psychic guy, to go get my herbs, but half the time they don't have all my herbs that I need.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Now ask me if that surprises me.
I know.
So, and here's the thing with Tracy: if she does not have it in the store, she'll order it.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Good.
What a concept!
Because I have a
Customer
hard time
service.
finding some of my
Wow.
herbs I need.
So yeah, come on over. We've got herbs. We've got crystals. There's all different kinds of candles. We've got Om symbols and salt
Oh,
lamps.
you have the Om
We
symbols
have
too?
Om symbols.
Okay.
Beautiful. I'm wearing some of the jewelry tonight, actually, and.
I got a question. Did
yes.
they get cock rings there? Because
get
my
what?
rooster is just not turning and heads
Oh.
aren't being turned on.
Yeah. Your rooster, couldn't be killed. We ordered.
Stick 'em in the
I
barnyard.
got a shit that irks me.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Today we ordered lunch, salads, mind you, 2 salads from Rustica on Tropicana and Fort Apache. We ordered them at 1:00. They arrived at 2:37
For 2 salads?
damn.
For 2 salads.
Wow.
They
An
had
hour
to
and
go
30
out
minutes?
and grow the lettuce.
I was
and
saying maybe they had to
probably
hunt it
kill
down
the
and shoot
chickens.
it.
Yeah.
And cure the cheese.
And I know that's a 7-minute drive. I know this
damn.
from experience. An hour and 37 minutes. So they are going to be getting a personal visit from me.
Oh, yeah.
Probably in the next day or two.
Wow.
Because they've had good customer service before. But yes, this was very irritating.
When I would get there, I would toss their salads.
Yeah.
Right?
All the
Right?
cucumbers and all.
So thank you all for tuning in
Thank
tonight.
you. Well, I'm bitches. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm Jane McGuire.
I'm Cockatiel.
I'm GJD the cock ring jerkman.
All right.
And that's the story there, bitches.
See ya.
Show.